Look at this. I do want to show this. Let me turn this light out right here. The main symptoms of a parasitic infection. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me put this in me. Hold on. Let me get my earpiece. I know I'm moving this phone around. Hello. Good morning, you all. I'm at my mom's. Hey, Applebrooks, honey. Let me see if I got this. Can you hear now? Okay, we got it. I was looking at this. You know, this was February the 25th. Look at all of these categories that fall under a parasitic infection. Abdominal pain, insomnia, anal fissures, bloating, bowel health, cancer, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, diarrhea, digestive, eosinophilic, gallstones, gastritis. Look at all of that. All under parasitic. Look at all these tags. I think there's something to this. I really do. There we go. These are the tags for parasitic. Good morning. Hello. I won't be turning this camera around because I'm just in my pajamas. Gina, honey, that hasn't stopped you before. I want you to look at all these tags for a parasitic infection. Now let's come over to here. Signs of a parasitic infection. Good morning. They are reflections. Let's just read this if I can. Reflections. Parasitic infections are unpleasant as they sound, are much more common than you think. They are to blame for the various health issues that we suffer, from digestive issues to post-traumatic stress disorder. A parasitic infection can affect your physical and mental health. Not restricted to undeveloped countries, parasitic infections also exist in developing or developed countries around the world, and it can affect anyone belonging to any gender, socioeconomic status. Chances are that if you eat exotic meals and you have pets, you may be at risk of developing this. Many people are unaware. Okay, let's do it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Saved by whatever. Many people are unaware. Can you hear me? Let's see if I got this turned up, because it is turned up now. I want to see if you can hear me. Many people are unaware. Okay, that's perfect. Well, I can't really talk really loud. Do you think, is it better like this, if I talk like this without the microphone? Okay, this is without the earpiece. Is it better? Okay, it's a lot better. All right. Many people are unaware that they are suffering from a parasitic infection, and it could be a contributing. Oh, it's perfect. It could be a contributing factor to many chronic health problems. If you are suffering from a parasitic infection, it's best to look out for the main signs and parasite symptoms in humans, in order to be treated. How do you know? So let's look at this. A parasite is an organism that lives by feeding off another organism, often called a host, just like that movie, The Host. Parasites can cause harm to the host by feeding on it and consuming some of the host's food. resulting in a range of unpleasant parasite symptoms in humans and health conditions. How do you know if you have one? Parasites release toxins into your bloodstream, and this may cause symptoms similar to gastrointestinal conditions. If you develop certain symptoms after swimming and coming back home from an international trip to a tropical country, you may have contracted a parasite. I'm reading this for a reason, because if you can see, look at all of these tags. All of these tags that fell under a parasitic infection. Look at them. You may be experiencing some of these yourself. It's just interesting how they put all of those tags under a parasitic infection. All of them. Let me do it. All right, I gotta get back to where I was at. Okay, y'all, this okay. It won't take us too long. You can survive it. They feed off the host food, resulting in a range of unpleasant conditions. How do you know you have a parasite? They release toxins into your bloodstream and may cause it. Okay, if you developed it, okay, international. Additionally, some intestinal parasites are large enough to be seen with the naked eye and may appear as white thread-like creatures in stools. While some parasites don't cause noticeable conditions or symptoms, some grow, they reproduce, and they invade healthy functioning systems, making their hosts sick, resulting in parasitic infection. For instance, some parasites may consume your food and leave you hungry after meals, resulting in the inability to gain weight. Others may feed off your red blood cells, causing anemia, or lay eggs, resulting in itching, irritability, and even insomnia. Risk factors. Anyone can contract a parasitic infection, and some people are at a higher risk because of certain reasons. One of the most common ways of contracting this type of condition is through contaminated food, such as undercooked meat or drinking unclean water. You are also at risk of a parasitic infection through contact with contaminated feces, which could spread due to urinary or unsanitary habits, such as not wasting your hands after using the bathroom. You are also more likely to have a parasitic infection if you have microbiome, gut bacteria, imbalances, or compromised immune system. This could lead to a suppressed immune system and severe gut dysfunction. Traveling in tropical or subtropical regions of the world, swimming in lakes, rivers, or ponds, working in the child care field, and being regular contact with soil can also present risk factors for parasitic infection. Look at all the tags. I'm just going to keep coming over here. Look at all the tags that are under parasitic infection. Let me zoom it up. This is eye-opening to me. Acute diarrhea, aerial fissures, bloating, bowel cancer, bowel disease, bowel health, cancer causes, cases and treatment, chronic diarrhea, colitic disease causes, treatment, complications of heartburn, gallstones, diarrhea, diagnosis, treatment, digestive system endoscopy, gallstone, gastritis, gastroenterology. These all have to do with the stomach, you all. This is all in your stomach, your gut. Hemorrhoid causes, hemorrhoid diagnosis, treatment, health basics, heartburn, IBS, infection, intestines, lactose, lifestyle changes, polyps, cancer, stomach pains, oh, that's okay, but we're going to get over here. Okay, I'm over here. Let me read this. The parasitic symptoms in human. Gina, I don't want to be used as a host. Well, in that movie, Alien, they need a host. We know that parasites need a host. It's like that movie, The Host, whatever the host was about. I have no idea, but they had to live inside your body, some alien creature. The sign and systems vary depending on the organism that's residing in your body. That sounds really creepy. It does. Let's say, depending on the alien-like organism residing in your body, that life form. Some of the most common signs of a parasitic infection is stomach cramps and pains, nausea, vomiting, dehydration, weight loss, swollen lymph nodes, digestive problems, including unexplained constipation, diarrhea, persistent gas, skin issues such as rashes, eczema, hives, and itching, continuous muscle and joint pain, fatigue even when you get enough sleep, depression or feeling apathetic, never feeling full, even after a big meal, constant hunger, even when you're eating enough, iron deficiency, anemia, grinding your teeth during your sleep, unexplained feelings of anxiety, recurrent yeast infections, itching of the anus or vagina, itching, redness, irritation, and unusual discharge from the genital area, trouble falling asleep or waking up multiple times during the night. Shalom. These symptoms may look similar to the signs and symptoms of other digestive diseases. Therefore, it's essential that you confirm your conditions with a diagnosis. Parasite symptoms in humans, such as sleeping irregularities, skin irritation, mood changes, muscle pain, can also be caused by the toxins released by the parasites into your bloodstream. These toxins could even cause anxiety, which tend to manifest itself in regular sleeping patterns or teeth grinding. You may also experience mood swings or skin irritation when these toxins interact with the neurotransmitters or blood cells in your body. This is wild. I started reading this. I thought, oh my gosh. And all this starts in your gut. Also, sometimes, if you decide to schedule a consultation with a physician, there are a few questions you need to talk. Your physician will ask whether you have intestinal parasites, including whether you travel to a foreign country recently and whether you experience any unexplained weight loss. Remember this, you cannot give blood if you have traveled to a foreign country. Remember that? Why on earth do they ask you that? Have you traveled outside? Have you traveled to a foreign country? When you give blood, see, this is something. That is one of the questions. And you can't give blood. It looks like the live chat has stopped. I don't know if you're typing or they've just stopped the questions. If your physician suspects you may have parasites, you will be requested to undergo one or more of the tests below. Fecal testing, stool samples will be collected before you take any antibiotics, anti-diarrhea drugs. In certain cases, several samples may be required in order to make an accurate diagnosis. The Scotch tape test, that's disgusting, identifies pinworms by touching the tape to the anus a few times, examining under a microscope for eggs. X-rays with barium. You know the barium swallow thing? Let me see this. While this test isn't generally carried out, your doctor may use it to diagnose more severe problems that could be caused by parasites. What is that barium swallow for? Is that for your stomach, you all? Yeah. Potential treatment options. While in certain parasite cases, they may clear up over time. If you have a strong immune system, there are other cases where the parasites can cause complications and your doctor prescribe anti-parasitic medication. Some people prefer natural methods such as parasitic cleansing that includes food that may help in clearing the parasites. If you're wondering how to get rid of the parasites, consider a parasite cleansing. Diets and programs often require you to consume a healthier food, which could include avoiding processed and greasy foods. This is interesting. Avoid processed and greasy foods, gluten, pork, or even dairy, and opting for more natural whole foods. Your diet can include anti inflammatory spices and herbs like turmeric, garlic, and ginger. Isn't that interesting? Anti inflammatory spices. Making those dietary changes alone may be sufficient to make the necessary changes in your body. You're moving to a cleaner diet. Research also suggests that probiotics could aid in the reduction of parasitic infections and, in certain cases, treat them. Um, where was I at? Request more information regarding the signs and treatment options for a parasitic infection. They can result in a range of health issues and may cause many uncomfortable and painful symptoms. If you are experiencing any of the symptoms mentioned above, it's best to talk to your doctor about the possibility of a parasitic infection. Contact a team of gastroenterologists for more information regarding parasitic symptoms in humans, the diagnostic methods, and treatment for a parasite infection. They do the scope. What do you call it? Have you had a colonoscopy? We want to look inside. What are they looking inside when they're doing a colonoscopy? It's like you get an upper GI, probably for parasites, and a lower GI for parasites. Well, this is really interesting to me. The main symptoms of a parasitic infection. See, it's the gut clinic. Everything starts in your gut. In your gut. No, these are the categories. These are the categories that this article covers. Abdominal pain, anemia, anal fissures, bloating, bowel health, cancer, Crohn's disease, colitic disease, diarrhea, digestive system, eosinophilic, osteophagus, whatever that is, gallstones, gastritis, gastroesophageal reflux, gastrointestinal clinic. These are whatever diseases. Is that how you spell hemorrhoid? I didn't know that doesn't look right. Maybe they changed it. The word hemorrhoid, I thought was spelled different. Health basics, heartburn, Helicobacter pylori infection, irritable bowel. Yeah, AI must have wrote this. Lactose intolerance, lifestyle, nutrition, all of these tags. And they said that you can have irregular sleep patterns. Can you imagine you go into the doctor, say, and you got this bloating or you're unusually tired. You're unusually tired, and you ask them to test you for parasites. Whether you have intestinal parasites and you have some of these symptoms, do you think they're going to say, what are they going to say? Because they got to test your blood, I guess, maybe too. because it's inside your stomach. Inside your stomach. They're all in your bloodstream. Parasites, did you remember that? They release the stuff into your bloodstream. Look, parasitic and symptoms in humans such as sleeping, irregularities, skin irritation, mood changes, muscle pains can be caused by the toxins that are released by the parasites into your bloodstream. These toxins could even cause anxiety, which tends to manifest itself in irregular sleeping patterns or grinding your teeth. I've never heard a thing like that. You may also experience mood swings or skin irritation when these toxins, which are released by the parasites, interact with the neurotransmitter or blood cells in your body. Wow. Oh, well, yeah, Holly, honey. But when I look back at the article, it was Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy said, that's what the article said. He had a parasite. Yep. This is just, I mean, you can find it. This is from a clinic. This is from a clinic. The main symptoms of a parasitic. This is the Sydney Clinic. What was I looking at? Hold on. The symptoms of parasites. Intestinal parasitic. Look at that. Parasitic. That's what I saw. Was looking up the diatomaceous earth. Because you can get diatomaceous earth, food grade for humans. And you start with 1 teaspoon in some water once a day. Look. See, Giardia. What does Giardia feel like in humans? Giardia, mild or severe diarrhea, loose stools, gas, stomach cramps, nausea, upset stomach, dehydration, loss of water in your body, weakness. Fever is rarely present. Let me see what. I was looking up all of this too. I also was looking up, let me see. It was, I read Job. I started with chapter 9 of Job. Like, that's where I started this morning. How can I contend with God? How can a mortal be righteous before God? If one wished to contend with God, he could not answer him at one time out of 1,000. God is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who has resisted him and prospered? He moves mountains without their knowledge, overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place so that its foundations tremble. He commands the sun not to shine. He seals off the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens, treads on the waves of the sea. He's the maker of the Bear or Orion, of the Pleiades and the constellations of the south. He does great things beyond searching out and wonders without number. Were he to pass by me, I would not see him. Were he to move, I would not recognize him. Who dares to ask him, what are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. The helpers of Rahab cower beneath him. How then can I answer him or choose my arguments against him? For even if I was right, I could not answer. I could only beg my judge for mercy. If I summoned him and he answered me, I do not believe he would listen to my voice. He would crush me with a tempest. multiply my wounds without cause. He does not let me catch my breath, but overwhelms me with bitterness. If it's a matter of strength, he indeed is mighty. If it's a matter of justice, who can summon him? Even if I were righteous, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, it would declare me guilty. Though blameless I am. This is Job chapter 9. Blameless I am. I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It's all the same. And so I say, he destroys the blameless and the wicked. When the scourge brings sudden death, he mocks the despair of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He blindfolds its judges. If it is not he, then who is it? My days are swifter than a runner. They flee without seeing any good. I, I was led to this chapter because Job is sitting there with a sackcloth on his body. His body is clothed in scabs, and he's taking a potsherd, a piece of broken pot with ashes, and he's scraping his wounds, is what he's doing with it. My days are swifter than a runner. They flee without seeing good. They sweep by like bolts of papyrus, like an eagle swooping down on its prey. If I were to say I will forget my complaint and change my expression and smile, I would still dread all my sufferings. I know that you will not acquit me, since I already am found guilty. Why should I labor in vain? If I should wash myself with snow and cleanse my hands with lye, then would you plunge me into the pit? And even my own clothes would despise me. For he is not a man like me that I can answer him, that we can take each other to court, nor is there a mediator between us to lay his hands upon us both. Let him remove his rod from me. So this terror will no longer frighten me. Then I would speak without fear of him. But as it is, I am on my own. Yeah, I got over there and I had went to, I read the chapter 10, chapter 11, chapter 12, chapter 13. And then I came over to the anti-cancer compounds and the herbs and the diatomaceous. It is a dewormer for humans. It is a parasitic cleanse. You can get it from Amazon, the food grade. Yeah, and then I don't know how I ended up on there, the parasitic infection, if you're just tuning in. Let me see. Let me push this down like this. This is how come cancer cells and parasites are two of a kind. They use similar molecular mechanisms for survival in their hosts. Yeah. You had to form a symbiotic relationship with it. Yes, it can be symbiotic. They proposed that the tumor grows, the cancer cells establish a metabolic symbiosis, a relationship between two populations of metabolically distinct cancer cells in one population's end product, glycolysis. Lactate serves as a metabolism for oxidative I can't say it all. No, it is parasitic disease. Some of them really are looking into it as being parasitic because you are a host. The main symptoms of a parasitic infection and the tags that were under it was all of these tags. The parasite can cause all of this stuff right here. It gets in your gut, it starts in your gut, and then That's what it says. It starts inside your stomach, and you can have all these symptoms like this. All of it. Muscle pain. But they're similar to other things. And grinding your teeth in your sleep. Mood swings, irritations. When you give blood, they ask whether you have traveled to a foreign country. And how long do you have to wait? 10 years? You can't give blood if you've traveled to a foreign country. Why is it? Is there because there's parasites in the blood? But they said other things can cause the parasites to get into you. It can spread all in different types of ways. Yeah. They can consume your food and feed off your red blood cells, causing anemia, and they can lay eggs in your system. That's all. Once they get into your bloodstream, they release toxins. They can release toxins. You remember reading it in here? They get into your bloodstream. That's why if you travel to a foreign country, you can't give blood. You can't. A parasite is an organism that lives by feeding off another organism. Yeah. They make you think that it can be just from animals and stuff like that. But this is what happens. It's in your stomach. This is a gut clinic, a stomach clinic. Parasite symptoms in humans such as sleeping irregularities, skin irritation, mood changes, muscle pains can also be caused by the toxins that are released by parasites into your bloodstream. And these toxins could even cause anxiety, which tends to manifest itself into irregular sleeping patterns or teeth grinding. I never heard of teeth grinding, but okay. From the toxins from the parasites, you may also experience mood swings and skin irritation when these toxins interact with your neurotransmitters or blood cells in your body. So I am going to go, you can find that article right there, and you can see the symptoms that a parasite can cause. And this is the Sydney Gut Clinic. And that's all I wanted to say, you all. I found it quite informative. I did. I really did. So thank you for being in here. Yeah, and thank you for all the comments. I wasn't looking at them when I was reading this. But people, when they go back and look at videos, they like to see the live stream because they want to see the comments that happen during the live stream, which is really good. It is. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you, Applebrooks Honey. I think we had a really good live stream. Yeah. Oh, I think it tastes pretty good. Evolving Sylvia. A teaspoon with some water, mix it up, and you just drink it. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. I can't stand milk of magnesia. It's disgusting. Makes me want to throw up. It does. Yeah. And NyQuil is disgusting too. I can think of a lot more things worse than that. Love you.